Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have a good one for you today. If you are new to the channel, number one, thank you for stopping by and clicking on the video. You can jump down below, subscribe, like and comment, as we have pretty much some fun stuff going on. As you do know by now, if not, this is my F450. I do have a twin turbo C5 Corvette over yonder on the other side of the camper, but today is going to be about this bad girl right here. So today what we are doing is we are actually installing a leveling kit on this 2010 F-150 Lariat, which it's actually a very nice truck. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a big F-150 type of guy, as I do a lot of hauling and things like that, but this is a very beautiful configuration in interior and you know, the package that it comes with. Now, I don't know all the bells and whistles of it, as I am just here to work on it and install the lift wheels and tires. So that's basically what we're going to do. So today what the customer did bring was a MotoFab leveling kit. Now it is supposed to level the kit. It is supposed to level the truck about 2.5 inches, I believe, which should go ahead and take care of that ride height where it sits, as you see, you know, pretty much nose down. Now the wheels and tires he did choose. He did buy them used, I believe, but they actually don't look too bad. I believe these are Moto Metal wheels, and he went ahead and got some AMP all-terrain tires. So let's go ahead and get these out of the truck here, and then we'll do a little unboxing for you guys, and then we will start the leveling per se. Now I know a bunch of people do, you know, argue a leveling kit is not a lift kit, you know, everything like that, but I've got to argue, guys. I've got to actually sit there and argue a leveling kit is a lift kit. If you think about it, once you go, they are going from right now about a 29-inch tall tire to a 33-inch tall tire. It's lifting the truck. So I'm there going to argue. Drop a comment down below if you guys want to argue to say that a leveling kit is not a lift kit. I'd like to think it is. It's gaining you ground clearance, and you're able to go in some deeper ruts or grooves or anything like that while you're off-roading. Plus, it also gives it a way better look. So I'm going to actually go out here. I'm going to measure the bumpers and everything, and we're going to do a full tutorial, whether it brings up the rear, the front, and how much. Also, I will show you the install of the leveling kit as well. So again, this is a MotoFab leveling kit, and the customer supplied everything that we have here, so I'm kind of going at his whim that he got everything correct. Let's get started. All right, so just for like reference points, we'll say the bottom of the running board is about 12.5 inches. Here on the tire, we'll come up and say the top of the wheel well is about 36.25 inches. And we'll also come up front and pick a point right here, and we'll say the bottom of the blue part of the bumper is 25 inches. So let's also do one more measurement in the rear of the truck here, and we're gonna see just how high this bad girl's gonna sit now. So we'll just pick the top of the bumper here, since it seems to be about the easiest point, and we'll call that about 21.5 inches. Now let's get the lift kit installed and do our measurements again. All right, we have got the wheels out of the truck. It's time to get started. Alrighty, so first things first, you go ahead and open your package, and obviously it gives you, you know, what you need to be worried about and things like that. This is not a sponsored video by MotoFab, but if you would like to sponsor me, reach out. So basically, as you do see here, we have what appears to be all the hardware, and then we have basically what it is a spacer. So this basically is going to sit on top of the strut. If you are not familiar with a leveling kit, this is going to go on top of the strut, which I will show you sooner. And they give you all your torque specs, everything like that you will need. But as you know, I'm SendIt Steve. We are going to use my torque specs, and this thing ain't ever going to come apart. So let me show you over here where this spacer is going to go. It's very simple. Basically, you pull the wheel off, and as you can tell, right here is the 3 screws. Those 3 screws will sit in there underneath this plate, lowering the strut and then raising the front end of the truck. So let's get over here and get started. All right, now I'm sure there's more than one way to skin a cat, and I'm going to show you the way that I'm going to do it. Is basically I'm going to disconnect this ball joint here from the spindle, and I'm also going to take the 3 bolts off. Not sure how well you can see, but here, and then in the back there's one. I'm going to take those 3 bolts out, and that should give me the drop clearance that I may or that I'm gonna need to go ahead and get this mounted back on top. Now, the other thing I might have to do is I may have to take this out, but I don't think I will. If I need to get a little extra clearance, I will just go ahead over here and disconnect the sway bar from both sides, not just one, but I will go over to the other side, drop the sway bar, and that'll give you a little bit more travel, as you will, you know, not be locked in by a sway bar. So let me go ahead and try to get this disconnected, and we'll give her a shot this way. All right, so I had to go ahead and disconnect the sway bar, as it gave me the clearance that I should need. As you can tell by kind of the previous little try there, it definitely wouldn't give me the clearance that I needed. So that should do it there. Let's go ahead and get it pulled out. Sorry if you're getting any wind noise here. It is a windy day today, as we came across a little bit of an issue, so I wanted to wait until the morning to resolve it. I actually had to wait on the part anyway. It took a day to come in, but as you can tell here, this front spring is actually broken. This piece here, you can tell, is actually broken on the back side, and you know, you can obviously see it's twisted, because this should be butt up against here, so the whole thing and everything twisted. So I went ahead and ordered a new one. We have it here. I have our spacer mounted up to it and ready to go installed. If we come over here to the other side, you can also find another issue that we had. As you can tell, it's back together, everything like that. We have our new bolts, everything. So this side is 100% done and complete. However, the customer did supply me with the wrong bolt pattern wheels. As you can tell, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5-lug wheel, and we do know that the Ford truck here is a 6-lug pattern. So we're gonna have to figure out what he's gonna do here. He did say that these came off the exact same truck, showed me a picture and everything. However, obviously it was a 5-lug truck. Maybe it was 2-wheel drive. I don't really know 100%, but we did come across 2 little issues. Not a big deal. At least we will be able to get the spring and everything resolved, and the lift will be on it. So then all we'll have to do later is find another set of wheels and tires for the guy. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here on the other side, get the new spring in, and I'm probably not gonna record it because, like I said, it is super windy out here today. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit of problems that we're having and keep you updated. So let me get this thing back together. Like I said, I did end up taking the outer tie rod off of this side to give me a little bit more travel and everything like that, to get this up top here, which makes it a lot easier. So my pro tip: take out the tie rod. You should have enough room to take the strut out without actually taking out the lower bolt, which, not that it's a big deal. You probably could take the lower bolt out. It's a 30mm on one side and a 27 on the other. So basically the tools you'll need for the job while we're here is a 21, which is this, and the outer tie rod, 30, 27, and whatever the wheel is. Also up top here, these are 13. So that's pretty much it. Let me get this other side wrapped up, and we will be back with you in a moment. All right, guys, well, we have got her all installed, and we got the leveling kit going, and I'd say so far so good. I mean, I can pretty much take my hand off the wheel and it's tracking straight down the road. So I mean, you should probably get an alignment and things like that after you do something like this, but I'd say as of right now that we are 100% good to go. Now, the truck doesn't pull or anything like that, so tomorrow, thanks for that, Ford. So tomorrow morning, I will go ahead and kind of finish out this video with some size comparison. As you've seen earlier in the video, we took measurements and things like that. So we will finish it up and see just how much this truck grew. Now, we do know also we put the stock tires back on, so it will be a actual true comparison about how high we made this truck. So I will see you guys in the morning. And there you have it, the final product. As you can tell, it definitely looks like it lifted the front of this truck up a lot. Now, we are going to take it out where I did measure before and do the measurements again. Obviously, you know, these wheels and tires are not going to work for this truck, as these are 5-lug, these are 6, but we have the guys, but I did let the guy know, and he actually stopped over here, I guess, to kind of witness it himself. I showed him everything, and he's going to go look for some new wheels and tires. As you can see here, here's more of a as you can see here, this is a better shot of the broken spring and everything like that. Definitely glad that we got it taken care of, and you can tell everything is new on this side and together, and it's gonna look killer. Now let's get out here and make some measurements and see how much it lifted it. See if it, I'm actually curious to see if it lifted the rear or lowered the rear. As you know, the front of the truck came up, so does that mean the rear bumper goes down? We're about to find out. Alrighty, now we do have the truck in about the same spot here. It looks like it is now 15 inches of ground clearance to the lower side step here. We'll go over here to the front real quick while we are here, and it looks like, oh, I'm gonna have to raise it up a little bit. It looks like it is about 29 1/4 to the lower plastic here, and here's gonna be a good one here. This will be the dead giveaway of how much it actually grew, and it is almost 40 inches to the top of the wheel well. Now, I don't remember, but I think that's almost a 4-inch gain that we grabbed here. And then you come back here to the back. We'll do sort of the same thing, and it is about, I don't know, we'll call it 18 to the bottom or 20 to the top. Now, I am gonna have to verify these measurements, as I, forgot as it kind of rode into the next day. But let me get these measurements done, and we will see 100% how much the truck grew. I mean, you can honestly sit back and look at the truck and tell that it is raised up a heck of a lot higher. It actually has that kind of weird stance that people like, where it's kind of raked to the rear now. But, I guess it's the in thing. With wheels and tires, it might look a little bit better, but there it is. All right, guys, so there you have it. There's the difference. I mean, it is actually, it made a big difference for it only being a 2.5-inch leveling kit. So if you like the content, guys, smash that like button. Please subscribe. And later on this week, it's not going to be the next video or anything. We're going to dive back into this 6.0 here. It has returned for a different issue, and we're going to get her taken care of. So if you guys are here for the Ford and Power Stroke content, we got plenty. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next upload.